quite old. You want to guess how old I am? Hmm? 89. Well, that's very close because this weekend I'm going to be 90. Through all of these years was that one Sunday afternoon. My name is Faye Smith. Faye Gladys Smith. Although I don't like that one name, so I don't ever sign my name that way. But anyway, that's what I was born with. The chickens. But the chickens ran after me. And, you know, they had their beaks and they would peck on my legs. I was, you know, about 4 years old. And then after that time, I was terribly frightened of chickens. Well, we had a small family. I had my two parents and my brother, but my brother was 10 years older than I was. When school was out, we all walked home together. I had an uncle, and he had a farm where he raised chickens and cows, and it happened that on our walkway home, we walked right through my uncle's farm. And then we could all help ourselves to a cucumber, but we didn't like the skin, so we would just take our teeth and peel the cucumber by that, and then we'd each eat a cucumber. And so I think everything we did was healthy. And I don't think young people do things like that today. But because our fathers all worked there, we all graduated and went on to the next school together. And so we just knew each other, and we didn't need to have anybody else. And of course, some of them were naughty. I remember one time there was a road, and sometimes cars went very fast on that road, and the boys had black buckets, and they were quite fond of whirling those buckets around. And one time we were all together at the same place, and one of the boys picked up his lunch bucket and went like this to my face. And of course, it knocked me out, and it was bleeding and everything. And then so I don't know how the teachers did it, because for like the first half of the morning, the teacher would be in one room teaching the older students. Then she would stop after half an hour, and then she would come to us younger ones, and then she would teach us then. And the secretary every year sent a notice around to us that on such and such a dates, you're going to have the class parties. And we did that even through university. And even when we weren't all together, because by that time we'd been coming to live in Africa. My dad had a bicycle, but sometimes, by that time I had to walk everywhere. And sometimes my dad would let me ride the bicycle. I had a cat, a gray cat, whose name was August Moon. I don't know why. And I know at the end of every year we would line up and have our pictures taken. And when I was home last time, I found that somebody had kept their photos. And so we just had a good time looking at us, you know, when we were all grown up, and looking at us when we were in the second grade. And so that was a lot of fun to look after. And we would sneak into where they were, you know, picking them and putting them in boxes and things like that. And we'd sneak in and take something. Of course, the apples we could always get. We'd just run out there and pick an apple. But other things we had to be careful of. So, as I grew older, and World War II was going on, and he was in the army by that time. As we grew older, we just wanted to stay closer to our older brothers and sisters, knowing that they would look after us. So he wasn't in school anytime I was. And I think he was a captain by that time. And I think about 2 times they got to leave where they were and to go to their home just for a short break. And I remember that we were told that the train would be coming on such and such a day at such and such a time, and you better be right there so that you can find whoever you wanted on the train. The women and the girls were there praying and doing what they could, trying to help their mothers say, no, I'm still here, you know. Why, they really don't want us. They want their sons. So. Yeah. Everybody was really nervous at that time. Well, I'm quite sure I'll get some birthday cards. And I hope I'll get some chocolate. You know, I'm very fond of chocolate. Well, it would just be nice to get a card from people and say that they're praying for me. And I've already received some cards from our hometown and people that knew me a lot. So they're beginning to come in the mail, which is nice. And to think that many people...
And the clip we are seeing is from South Africa in 1959, when she was the organist for a groundbreaking concert of Handel's Messiah, sung by an all-African choir with a white conductor, a Jewish orchestra before a white audience, all in the same room together in 1959 in Johannesburg at the height of apartheid. It was...
The African Mirror visits a rehearsal of a giant musical recital by Africans, organized by the Johannesburg Moths. Under the direction of Joseph Friedland, the choir of 120 performs an excerpt from Handel's Messiah.
invite Chuck down to present an award to Mrs. Faye Smith.
Can everybody see me? Yes. Okay. Bear with me as I read once more the certificate. For her faithful ministry in the cause of Christ, for her commitment to communicate the love of Christ through music to the peoples of the earth, and for her dedication to teach and lead others to use culturally appropriate music and related arts in missions, we, her friends, colleagues, and co-workers, join together at the Global Consultation on Music and Missions with gratitude, proudly honor Faye G. Smith with the 2018 GCOM Distinguished Service Award, August 9, 2018, Nairobi, Kenya.
No matter when I see chocolate, I'll take it. That's my first love, chocolate. Now, I don't know who's listening to me at this time, but I would be very surprised and very pleased if you're listening to me now and you're able to come for my birthday party. I would love to see as many of you as I could. And if you come, I'll save some chocolate for you.